Does anybody know if there was any ghostly related stories attached to the Handyside Arcade? Because I've been looking around online and I kind of find a single thing. Hello there, good evening. Now as you join me here, I'm just standing outside of the gates of my brand new manor house. Yes, I just moved in yesterday. I won the lottery last week, and well, I bought this place, didn't I? And it's a very nice house, and as you can see, I've got this nice name outside the gate here. It's called Ambrose, named after a cat I used to own in the 1980s. Yep, it was a very nice cat. He used to keep stealing me sausages here and there and stuff, but apart from that, you know, it was a very well behaved cat for the most part, I would say. Yes, a very nice cat, sorry. A very cat? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm just out here. Of course, I'm completely talking rubbish. This is not my house. As you probably guessed, it's Cliff Richard's house. No, just kidding. I don't know whose house it is. It's somebody around here where I live. So anyway, I'm just out for a bit of air tonight. It's very cold and it's been chucking it down. It was practically like a storm earlier on. The wind picked up, the rain was lashing down. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get out to make a video, you know, and get some fresh air and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to have a stroll around. I've got some questions for you all out there, especially for you people into like ghostly stuff. I've got a question about something in Newcastle I want to know the answer to, if anyone has the answer to that question. But I'll ask that question in a minute. Okay. Now for those of you who watched my last video here on YouTube, you might have noticed, if you watched all of it, that I asked a question about why is the symbol of diamonds everywhere. Well, also the symbol of this is everywhere. I hope you can see this behind me, but that is the infamous letter X. Now does anyone know why this is everywhere? Because as you can see here, it's on the fence. This little cast iron fence, or whatever it's made of. Could be steel, I don't know, probably iron. Why is that there? And there's two more up the path just a few feet away from me here as well. So yeah, it's always on fences. It's on a lot of doors in America, front doors, barn doors. It's everywhere. It's in backgrounds in movies. It's on movie covers. I'm just gonna have to stand up because my bloody foot's killing us. And also, it was on the front cover of a infamous film called The Man with the X-Ray Eyes, starring Ray Milland. It was also in Dilemma for Murder, which was directed by none other than Alfred Hitchcock, of course. But it's everywhere. You know the film Malcolm X with Denzel Washington? Had a big X on the front of that cover. Yeah, there's lots of things, loads of movie covers with it on. And like I say, I think it was in The Dark Knight where Heath Ledger played the Joker. I haven't actually seen the movie, but I know there's a scene where he's setting explosives off, and there's like bombs, explosions going off in the background. You see a huge X behind him. It's all over the place. And also The Departed, which was directed by Martin Scorsese, I believe, with Matt Damon and several of the actors, Jack Nicholson and a few others. All the way through that film there is the letter X every so often. Usually when the characters are either falling from a building, like they pass some X's on the way down, and or they're going to get shot or killed. It's all over the place in that film. Check it out. There's also a video on YouTube talking about that film with all the X's in, because that film was a remake, but they didn't say in the video on YouTube why the X's were in the film, other than the original film also had the X's, but that didn't explain why they used the X or what the X actually represented. Right, I was just wondering, does anybody know much about the old Handyside Arcade in Newcastle? It used to be where Eldon Gardens is now in Eldon Square. Um, I don't know how much of the Eldon Gardens is where Handyside used to be, but I think there's like a bridge across inside Eldon Square, like a floor. You walk around inside, it's pretty much deserted these days, and most of the shops in there, if not all of them, are shut. John Lewis is in there, but the upstairs door is closed off. There's a big shutdown at all times, I think. But anyway, the Eldon Gardens place that used to be Handyside Arcade is it's like a ghost town basically. So what I was wondering was, does anybody know if there was any ghostly related stories attached to the Handyside Arcade? Because I've been looking around online and I kind of find a single thing excuse me, about any stories attached to the place relating to the paranormal stuff. I'm surprised because my friend Andrew Ross, he is on YouTube here if you want to check out his channel. He has a really good channel where he's great at like telling the history around the northeast of like paranormal like incidents and stories around the place at different locations all around the northeast. If you want to know any stories about ghost stories in the northeast, head off to his channel. It's called Andy Ross Ghost Whisperer. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, pretty sure it's Andy Ross, not Andrew, because I call him Andy, but I think it's Andy Ross Ghost Whisperer. Check out his channel. He certainly knows his stuff. I asked him about the Handyside thing, but he doesn't. He said he thinks there was something, some story, but he can't quite remember it offhand. So it mustn't be a very well-known story, you know, about the ghost stuff that happened there. But there must surely be something. There must have been some, you know, occurrences or sightings or some sort of story attached to the place, I would have thought. Because he seems to think there was, but he can't quite remember. So, does anyone know anything about any ghostly type stories relating to the old Handyside Arcade? Because that was a good place. I used to go there quite a lot. There was a shop in there called Card Bar, and I'm pretty sure some of you out there might remember it. It actually moved to Westgate Road, just around the corner at the bottom of Westgate Road. And very sadly I heard that the place got set on fire and the owner was inside. I think he lived upstairs or something, I'm not sure. Maybe he had an apartment upstairs above the shop, and he sadly got burnt alive, I believe, inside the shop when the fire broke out. So I only found that out not long ago. So I don't know if that place is haunted now, but you never know. I bought a few things in that place, the cardboard place at the bottom of Westgate Road. I remember I bought one of my cowboy hats in there, and I think I bought some, you know, them straps that go on your cowboy boots. They didn't have the spurs on, but they had like the studs and things, sparkly bits. You put them around the sort of around your ankles. That meant to be the straps that you attach spurs to. You know, what you dig into the horse when you're riding a horse in the Wild West type of thing. I don't ride a horse, don't get us wrong. I haven't ridden a horse for quite some time, and there's a hedgehog running across the path in front of us here. Didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was a very small, I thought it was a rat or something actually, but I'm pretty sure it's a hedgehog. Now he's going up towards the Nelson. He's in for a shock because the place is closed at the minute. It's not open all night. It's not open this late, that's for sure. So if he wants a couple of pints, he's out of luck, isn't he? That's for sure. Anyway, getting back to the Handyside thing. The place was it was a very good place. It was slightly uphill when you went in, and it was all indoors, of course. I think it had a glass roof on it, and there was like record shops in there as well, like hippie type. They had like hippie oil. I don't know what the proper name is for it, but that's what they used to call it back then when I went in. I didn't buy any of the oil or anything. I just used to always smell it as soon as I went in the door. I was looking through all the heavy metal LPs and stuff, you know, like Scorpions, Motorhead, Saxon, stuff like that, because I used to buy all that stuff back in the day. I'm still into some of that, but I'm mainly into the electronic dance, trance stuff, and film scores and a few other things, Tangerine Dream, etc. But yeah, they had some good stuff back then. But Card Bar was the place to be in there. Like, they had all the posters for every celebrity you could imagine and stuff. Yeah, I noticed the wind's starting to pick up a bit now, so I'm gonna walk on a bit and see what else I run into. I'll probably run into some more hedgehogs. No my luck. Right, I've just arrived in the village now. I'm next to this sign here. It's called Wooler Walk and Rothbury Avenue. Now, I believe these streets are named after places in Northumberland. I've actually been to Wooler once with a medium friend of mine back in the day. Wooler is not to be confused with Woolworths. Similar name, but it's not the same place. So anyway, and this is called Cheviot Road apparently. I'm just going to head over to that post box over there. So here we have it. This is Cheviot Road. I guess is this named after the Cheviots, as in the mountains? I don't know where the Cheviots are, but I've heard of them. I know they're in this country somewhere, I think. The Cheviots, or is it named after something else? Does anyone know who's watching? What is Cheviot Road named after? So here is the world famous post box of Monkton Village. I'm just kidding. Or it might not be. Maybe it is world famous and I just don't realise it. But anyway, it's the infamous post box, which is quite small, but you can still get a large package inside of it, if you pardon the expression. Because I did put a rather large package in here a few months back, and I thought it wasn't going to fit, but it went in, no problem, went in. And I guess there's a collection here just about every day, I think. Oh, it's getting really windy here now. Just my luck plays havoc with your audio when it gets windy, you know what I'm saying? But there's quite a few post boxes around Hebburn actually. There's two post boxes on Campbell Park Road, and there's this one, and I'm trying to think where the other nearest one is. I think it might be like down Primrose or something, next to the shops, I think. I don't know, there might be another one that I'm missing somewhere. I don't think there's one on Finkel Road, but I might be wrong, although there might be. Yeah, there might be one next to the post office, I can't remember actually. Yeah, there's a post office on Finkel Road, where the shops are, and there's also a takeaway, or there was a takeaway there, but it's now shut down apparently. Finkel Road Fish Shop or something, I think it's called. Because I was trying to go there a few months back, and then I got there and only to find out it was closed down, so that was a bit of a disappointment. I didn't get any chips in the chicken burger that night, I can tell you. Yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment and a half, that was. Now, I've just arrived here, across the road from where I was before, across the road from the post box. This is another nice entrance to a house, well, entrance to the garden of the house. This is called the Grange. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a rather nice wreath. Is it a wreath? There's a rather nice wreath on the door here, and with a nice plaque which clearly states that it's called the Grange. Now, I'm not sure why it's called the Grange. Does anyone know? Did the original owners of this house maybe name it the Grange after something? Something significant, perhaps? I don't know. But if there's anyone watching, I'd love to know the answer, because I certainly don't know what the answer is. And it's bloody freezing out here, I can tell you that much. Anyway, I'm going to move on to me. I'm going to move somewhere else, because it's rather drafty here, to say the least. Right, I've just moved to my next location, which is exactly, I don't know, say 6.5 foot away from where I was on the previous shot. But anyway, it looks like it's going to chuck it down. I just felt a few spots of rain, and I don't really feel like getting drenched again tonight, because when it starts, it really comes down like it did earlier. It was really like a deluge, you know, so I don't want to get caught in that if I can help it. So anyway, I've just got something to ask you again, another question. Has anyone seen a video on YouTube called X Factor winner reveals secret, world's secret religion or something like that? Exposes secret religion or reveals secret religion. Has anyone seen that? It's a very interesting video, and it's made by the winner of X Factor. I forgot his name offhand. It's an unusual name, shall we say. The guy's got sort of longish hair and like a Shakespeare stroke Three Musketeers type beard going on, and it's very interesting. I mean, I already knew some of the stuff in the video from years ago, but there's a lot of stuff on there, and it's very interesting, very eye-opening, shall we say, or should I say, very eye-opening, shall we say. Anyway, it's about 5.5 hours long, or 5 hours 20 minutes, so it's on a while. So if you're planning on checking it out, it's best to probably watch it in like 20 to 30 minute sections, depending on how busy you are. So yeah, it's best to watch it in like short, like, you know, when you've got spare time here and there, because I don't think anyone wants to watch a YouTube video sitting there straight for 5 hours 20 minutes. You know what I mean? That's going to be a bit bum numbing, shall we say. But it's well worth watching. And the channel it's on is called Will Jova. Will Jova, that's the name of the channel it's on. And the title of the video is something like X Factor winner reveals or exposes secret religion, or world secret religion, something like that. And he was the winner of X Factor in Australia, apparently in 2010. I heard a little bit of his music, it sounded pretty good. There's some of his music videos on the same channel, so it's interesting, so check it out. I recommend it highly, because it's very interesting, you know. Okay, so I've just arrived here in this rather nice housing estate here, just off Monkton Village. I believe it's called the Barns. I think it's named that because a lot of the houses here used to be farmhouses. Well, I guess there still are farmhouses, but there's no farm attached to them anymore. But they're the same houses, as far as I can tell, in the front bit anyway. And I'm sure there's more than one or two ghosts around here, but I haven't met any of them yet. But I did do I did do an investigation in here, but I haven't put the video together yet. I did it a while ago because I've been unwell with various paranormal shenanigans being aimed towards myself going on, and they're still going on to this day. So yeah, so I'll get it put together eventually. I don't know if I caught anything on it yet because I didn't manage to check it over, but I did it right here, the video that is, nothing else, I swear. But it was an interesting night, you know. I did hear a noise. I went out across the road in the other housing estate. There's another farmhouse, so there's a few of them. I went up to this back gate. There's like a big, you know, like a gate where the car drives in, that, and there's a back yard which obviously used to be a farm. And there was I was asking some questions, and there was a knock or something just over the fence, like in this, like, there's a stables in there as well. I don't think they've got horses that I know of, but it was somewhere like round near the gate on the way in. There was a knock or something. There was a noise anyway, but I didn't find out what it was. So I didn't check the footage back yet. So, but I heard it when I was there. But anyway, the bit I'm standing next to now, I'm just going to walk out of here actually, because I'm going to have to finish up in a minute because it's starting to rain again. Yeah, it's going to get heavy, I can tell. But I don't know if you can see this, but behind me, if I just turn around, there's this bit behind me here, if you can see, there's some white doors behind. I think they used to be stables as well, as far as I can tell. And it's chucking it down now. It's going to get heavier. I can tell it's going to get heavier. So, right, so I'm going to head out of here now. I'm back into the village now. This village is very old, you know. I'm not entirely sure how old it is exactly. And there's a house across the road here somewhere. An old house. It's behind us here. Just across the road here somewhere. I forget the name of it, but I did speak to the guy that owns the house. He said it was haunted, and I spoke to him briefly on Instagram, but unfortunately he fell out with us. I forget what happened. He invited us round to the house, but I didn't go. He said I could come round for a look round. I says, is it alright if I bring me camera? And he didn't answer the question, so I'm trying to think what it was now. Oh yeah, he didn't answer us back, that was it. And I waited for a few days, and then I says, how come you didn't answer back? Or something. I says, something like that. And he said something like, how rude. and then he says, "Don't speak to me again." So I didn't, basically. Yeah, that was a bit weird, but I don't know. I wasn't trying to be hostile to the guy or anything. I was just trying to find out about he said he had a ghost or something in the house. It was haunted and that, and it all went pear-shaped somehow. I don't know what happened. So if you're watching this, sir, I do apologise. I didn't mean to upset you or anything. I was just, I just wondered why you hadn't answered us back. That's all. I said I'd seen he had read the message. You see, and he says he didn't see the message or something. But I'd seen like days ago he had looked at it. It said seen. So I don't know what the hell went wrong there. Anyway, I didn't mean him any harm or anything. But anyway, sometimes things don't work out the way you planned. So anyway, I didn't get to go and visit his house and see if he had any ghosts or anything. So anyway, I'm going to head back home now, which is absolutely miles away. I've got a long way to walk. Right then. So, I'd just like to thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time, I guess. I was just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention there, but no, I'll leave that for now. So thanks very much for watching, everybody, and I shall catch you all next time. So take care and have a good night or a good day wherever you are, and bye for now. Ta-ra now.